All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. We've done a lot of things. Now we're going to secure our ports. We're going to do switch port security on these switches down here, on the client switches. Okay, we're going to do ports 1 through 15. We're going to do switch port security. We're going to allow only one MAC address because we're a rigid administrator. And if you try to be funny with me, I'm going to shut down your port. So we got to tell all that. And at the same time, we're going to do a little extra thing in there that we didn't do in spanning tree. We're actually going to turn off spanning tree down here. All right, but we're going to protect against somebody that didn't get the memo that, hey, don't plug in a hub or anything like that, an internet working device to these ports because spanning tree is not looking at it. Okay, so we're going to guard against it by using the BPDU guard enable command. All right, so we're going to do a couple of things there. So let's get to it. Let's get inside the lab. All right. So we've done quite a few things, from spanning tree to VLANs, assigning them, naming them, creating them, assigning them, naming them. We did the BTP modes. We saw those. All right, we trunked the ports. Now we need to secure the ports. And now the ports that we're going to secure are the ports down on the actual VLANs 10 and 20. We're going to secure those ports 1 through 15. All right, we're going to put switch port security on them so nobody can go in there and actually just pull, take out a PC or put in a PC that does not belong. Okay? This is why, as an administrator, not only do you need to, it's important for the configurations, but physical access and allowing your employees to bring certain things to work, you need to look at. You shouldn't leave open ports. There's a lot of things that we'll probably talk after the lab, but there's a lot of things that you need to do to make sure that nobody can actually mess around in your network or plug things into your network that you don't want them to. Okay? But anyway, so we're in switch 1. We're going to go into the range, config T, conf T. All right, int range F0/1-15. I'm going to go do switch port. Well, it's already access because we did it there, but let's do it anyway. Switch port mode access, right? And switch port TCH, switch port -security. That enables it. If this would have been a dynamic auto, it wouldn't have done it. Now we already did VLANs on there, so it was in switch port mode access anyway. But it doesn't hurt to type. But switch port -security actually turns it on. Okay, then you can up arrow and you can say Mac sticky. And let's go ahead and bring this out a little bit so you can see the commands. Mac sticky. And what does that do? What that's going to do is it's going to learn the MAC address dynamically once the PC goes through it and what have you, but it's going to show up as static. It's going to be stuck to the MAC address table until you decide to take it out. Okay? So that's it. So whichever MAC address it learns, that's the MAC address of that computer. Nobody else can use it. So, but we also need to make sure that nobody else uses it by doing a maximum of only one. So once it learns that one computer, anybody else tries to plug in to that port, okay, they're not going to be able to. That port's going to shut down that port because we're going to tell it to shut down, and it's going to be in what's called error disable state. Error disable state. All right, and then you go switch port. I should have just done that. Port -security. Viol, which is short for violation, and we're going to do shut, meaning I want you to shut down the port. All right, I want you to shut down the port because I don't want anybody to actually access this particular switch. But you know what? While we're here, okay, one of the things that we didn't do in spanning tree, because we really don't need spanning tree looking at our access ports where our computers are at. So what we're going to do is we're going to do span tree port fast. We're going to turn it off. All right, and it gives you all this warning. Hello, you sure you want to do this? Of course we do. And do spanning tree BPDU guard enable. what did we do? Well, with span entry port fast in the range of ports we're in, we actually told span entry, do not look at these ports. Don't worry about what I plug in. As soon as I plug something in, make it designated forwarding. That's what that said. So span entry's not even looking at these ports any longer. All right, and this right here, you're putting a guard in those ports, and they're looking to see if they see any bridge protocol data units, and if they do, they're going to shut down the port as well. Because remember, span entry is there to look for switching loops. That's why I'm telling you, are you sure you want to do this? Because if you plug in any connecting hubs, concentrators, switches, bridges, etc., can cause a temporary bridging loop. All right, because now you have another type of redundancy from somewhere else, another inter-networking device, and span entry is not looking at it. It could be that you can cause a loop. So make sure everybody gets the memo. All right, so we just turned off span entry, and we actually guard against anybody plugging in another inter-networking device to prevent them from creating a loop. And it'll be easier if you just email them. All right, so let's do the switch 2. Let's do the same exact thing. All right, so you can see the commands. Config T, int range F0/1-15. And then we go switch port mode access. I got ahead of myself. Then switch port hyphen security to enable it. All barrel, Mac sticky, not Mac, Mac's a Mac address, Mac sticky. And then all barrel, Max 1, all barrel, BIOS shut. Okay, and then let's do the span tree for good measure. Span tree port fast, and then spanning tree vPDU guard enable. All right. So we did security. We're creating our network more efficient, and that's what we're doing. We secured the ports, but as well we turned off spanning tree because we didn't want spanning tree to look at those, so we can plug things in and immediately the light will turn green and we'll be able to use those ports right away. We won't have to wait those 30 to 90 seconds for it to converge and think about, hey, who's plugging into me, this and that. All right. So there you go. That's switch port security and turning off and securing your ports with spanning tree. See you outside the lab. All right. That was pretty simple. I keep saying that, don't I? Everything's pretty simple. But you can see it is. It's not rocket science, okay? Just gotta understand what it's doing. All right, you enable switch port security. You make sure that those ports were access ports, and they were because you assigned the VLANs to that. And then you go, hey, I want this to be a MAC sticky, meaning I want you to learn it dynamically, but I want it to be assigned to the MAC address table statically. Okay? And then the maximum number of MAC addresses is 1. That's it. The computer that I give you, and that's it. And if you violate that, your port's gonna get shut down. All right, and then you saw how we did span entry port fast. That turns off span entry in those ports, and it gives you a huge warning, right? And that's when you copy paste into your email, into the memo, and let people know, hey, don't plug anything you don't need to. All right, and then but you're probably the only IT individual in there, so you know already. And then we guarded against there by using the span entry vPDU guard enable command, which will also, if it sees any bridge protocol data units, it will shut down the port into error disable state. You will literally need to go in there, do a no shut to turn that port back on. All right, so we did quite a few things, but again, it wasn't that difficult. You can pretty much up arrow or tab through the whole thing and you'll get it done. And that's it. I'll see you in the next.